Princess and Her Magical Adventure. Hello and welcome to this bedtime story, featuring a beautiful princess and her magical adventure. This story is perfect for kids of all ages, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the tale. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a beautiful princess named Isabella. She had long, golden hair that flowed down her back like a waterfall, and eyes as blue as the ocean. She lived in a grand castle with her parents, the king and queen, but she longed for adventure and excitement. One day, as Isabella was walking through the gardens, she stumbled upon a hidden door. She was curious and decided to explore what lay behind it. As she opened the door, a blinding light filled her vision, and she was transported to another world. Chapter 1: The Enchanted Forest. As Isabella looked around, she realized that she was standing in the middle of an enchanted forest. The trees were tall and covered in moss, and the ground was covered in a carpet of flowers. As she looked closer, she saw that the flowers were glowing with a soft, magical light. Suddenly, she heard a rustling in the bushes, and a small, furry creature appeared. It was a talking rabbit, and he introduced himself as Benny. Benny explained that the forest was enchanted, and that Isabella had been brought there for a reason. "The kingdom is in danger," Benny said. "The evil sorcerer has cast a spell over the land, and only you can break it." Isabella was frightened but determined. She knew that she had to save her kingdom, so she set off on a journey through the enchanted forest. Chapter 2: The Dragon's Lair. As Isabella walked through the forest, she came across a river. She was about to cross it when she heard a loud roar. She looked up to see a dragon breathing fire and smoke. Isabella knew that she had to be brave, so she approached the dragon and asked him why he was so angry. "I am protecting my treasure," the dragon replied. "If you can answer my riddle, you can pass." Isabella listened carefully as the dragon asked his riddle. She thought for a moment and then gave the correct answer. The dragon was impressed, and he allowed her to pass. Chapter 3: The Sorcerer's Castle. Finally, Isabella arrived at the sorcerer's castle. She could feel the evil energy radiating from the walls, but she was determined to save her kingdom. She approached the castle gates and called out to the sorcerer. To her surprise, he appeared before her. "Why have you come here?" he asked. "I have come to break your spell and save my kingdom," Isabella replied. The sorcerer laughed. "You are no match for me," he said. "But I will give you one chance. If you can answer my riddle, I will break the spell." Isabella listened carefully as the sorcerer asked his riddle. She thought for a moment and then gave the correct answer. The sorcerer was shocked. "How did you know?" he asked. "It was simple," Isabella replied. "The answer was in your heart all along." The sorcerer realized the error of his ways and used his magic to break the spell. The kingdom was saved, and Isabella was hailed as a hero. Chapter 4: The Return Home. As the spell was broken, the sky cleared up, and the air became filled with the sweet scent of flowers. The people of the kingdom were overjoyed and grateful to see their beloved princess return home safely. Isabella was welcomed back with a grand celebration, and the king and queen were relieved to see their daughter safe and sound. The people of the kingdom thanked Isabella for her bravery and courage, and they celebrated her as a true hero. From that day on, Isabella was known as the brave princess who saved the kingdom from the evil sorcerer. She continued to rule the kingdom with kindness and grace, and her people loved her more than ever. Isabella never forgot her adventure in the enchanted forest, and she often visited it to remember the lessons she learned during her journey. She knew that she could overcome any obstacle as long as she was brave and kind-hearted. Years went by, and Isabella grew up to be a wise and just queen. Her kingdom prospered under her rule, and her people were happy and content. One day, as she was sitting in the gardens, she saw a small, furry creature hiding behind a bush. It was Benny, the talking rabbit, who had helped her during her adventure in the enchanted forest. "Hello, Benny," Isabella said with a smile. "It's nice to see you again." Benny hopped over to her and said, "I just wanted to say thank you for saving the kingdom and for being such a great queen." Isabella smiled and patted Benny on the head. "Thank you, Benny," she replied. "But I couldn't have done it without your help." And with that, Benny hopped away, leaving Isabella to enjoy the peaceful beauty of the gardens, knowing that she had truly lived a magical life. Conclusion. And so, the brave Princess Isabella saved her kingdom from the evil sorcerer and returned home to a hero's welcome. She grew up to be a wise and just queen, loved by her people, and remembered forever as a symbol of bravery, kindness, and magic. Thank you for listening to this bedtime story, and I hope it brought a bit of magic and adventure to your night.